Time for TUBI recommendations. First up is Drive, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, starring Ryan Baby Goose Gosling. I cannot give you a better piece of collaborative art that just came together and created something beautiful. I don't even think the people who made it really knew what they had when they made it. It is the definition of slow burn, but it is a slow burn into sudden and intense violence. It's almost like a modern Western, but it's set in LA in modern times. You know, a lone, quiet, not talkative hero rolls into town and just takes care of shit and asks no reward. I love this movie. I've gained more and more appreciation for it as the years have went on. It's something that I think everybody should see. Next is Frequency, starring Dennis Quaid and Jim Jesus Caviezel. So this is about a man who finds an old CB radio in his garage, and one night during an Aurora Borealis, he's talking to another man and realizes he's talking to his own father from 30 years in the past. His father had passed away in 1969 in a fire, so he goes about the course of trying to rewrite history, and as you know, when you mess with time, time messes back. I don't really want to spoil any more than that, but it was kind of like unnoticed in the 2000s and didn't get as much appreciation as it should have, so I'm here to tell you now, you should watch this movie. Next is Fallen, starring John Goodman, Denzel Washington, and Donald R.I.P. Sutherland. This might be my number one most underrated movie of all time. I think it has a bad score on Rotten Tomatoes, which is why I don't give a shit what Rotten Tomatoes has to say about anything. This is an excellent movie. To put it simply, it's about a demon who is able to transfer bodies by simply touching another body. But, Denzel Washington's on his ass, so bad luck for the demon. And I will end this by saying, time is on my side. Yes, it is. Next is The Town, directed by Ben Affleck. I think this was his second film that he ever directed. Personally, I am more of a fan of him as a director than an actor. I don't mind him as an actor, but I think he is a very capable director, and most of the stuff he's directed has turned out pretty well. This might be my favorite of his. The cast is stellar. Jeremy Renner, Blake Lively, Chris Cooper, John Hamm, Ben Affleck, Jeremy Renner. You know, a lot of them were semi-big then. They got even bigger, after this. It's a great heist film. I just watched it recently. It's every bit as good as it was back then. You should check this movie out. Next, 12 Angry Men. A lot of people tell you to watch these classic films, Citizen Kane, Gone with the Wind, and I really never tell you to do that because a lot of that shit feels like homework, I've watched that stuff. Some of it's good, but I am like an extreme film buff. For a regular average person, a lot of that stuff feels really dated. But 12 Angry Men is a classic that holds up in every way. And if you like courtroom drama, it doesn't get no better than this. This is one classic that I highly recommend and think everybody should see. Next, Leon, the Professional. I think this is Natalie Portman's first role. I believe she was 14 years old. The movie is about a girl is out shopping. When she comes home, she discovers that her whole family has been murdered. Rather than reveal herself to the bad guys who are still there, she knocks on the door of the man down the hall. That man being Leon, the professional hitman. He's reluctant to take her in, but, he does. And she kind of worms her way into his heart, and she becomes a very astute student of the ways of the assassin. And I really wish they'd do a sequel to this movie, being that Natalie Portman is, an older woman now, and she could play the lead and, having developed all those skills that she learned from him back then. I think there's a lot you could do with that. I'd be very interested to see that. But in the meantime, if you have not seen The Professional, it is a classic. Everybody should see it. Gary Oldman is wonderful as the bad guy here. You need to see this movie. You haven't seen Mud? Be a lot cooler if you did. So yeah, that's my TUBI recommendations. TUBI is free. There's a ton of stuff on TUBI. I could probably crank out 5 videos like right now of just stuff that I could recommend on TUBI. I can't use TUBI because I can't watch ads. I'm spoiled, I guess. I haven't watched an ad since probably 2002. I don't know. It's been a long time. But there will be more recommendations coming for each of the streaming services. So come back, follow me, do all the good stuff.